Yo, what it do, y'all? BAT883 here. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, get that bell icon on, nice, get a rub down. All right, y'all, so it's a little bit warm today, so we're gonna go ahead and start working on the body panels. We gotta get this thing sanded up and pretty much ready to go. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of filling and everything else like that, but we're gonna try to hit as many panels as we can today. I'm hoping that I can at least get them done and ready so that way I can go ahead and start doing filling, and then I'll do a little bit more sanding. But for right now, I'm about to go to get started with this. We already got the motor pulled out as we saw last video, so the motor's ready to go. I have a few motor mounts that I have to get, so I just ordered some. They should be here within the next few days, so that way we can get this actually bolted up and mounted up. And I do want to paint a few of the components though, so that way it can match the color that we're going with. So hopefully all goes well. Once we finish this, we'll probably start worrying about those next parts and everything else. Like, get those things bolted up and ready to go, and then maybe get some test rides in before we can get the body panels finished. So we're moving along pretty good. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get this thing sanded up. All right, y'all, new day. It's actually Easter Sunday. We got our motor mounts and everything else like that, and I took the time to actually work on the lathe and figure out what was going on. So I'm actually kind of upset because I don't think what was wrong, but other than that, I got it working now. I got it fixed, which is good because we're going to need that to be able to do the mounts, the other two pieces that we need for the motor mount. I got the reverse box ready to go for the motor, and then we have all of the bolts that came off of the bike, off of the motor here. I'm gonna take these and lay these out, but I just need to figure out first. I think what I really want to do first is get the reverse box bolted onto the motor, and then after I get it bolted onto the motor, I'll kind of just take it and get it in position so that I could drop this frame on it. Get the mounts that we do have bolted up, and then from there I'll know exactly what I have to do with the other mounts that I have to make. So yeah, let's try to figure this out first. I looked at everything. It looks like everything is put together in there. The guy who originally had it and sent it over to me, he disassembled it, but he did say that he didn't take anything off of it, and I went through it and looked a little bit to see if there was anything missing, and so far it wasn't. So hopefully everything is good. But I do know for this we're gonna have to take that casing off and then get this casing on there. I'm gonna have to pull the sprocket off of it too, which is gonna be a doozy. Like I remember last time was an issue. So in the meantime, let's just focus on trying to get this completely removed to make this to make room to get this mounted up. Okay, somebody explain to me, what the fuck is this? So I was noticing a few things about this bike when I got it. Obviously it was sitting outside and everything else like that, but now I'm a little worried because what is that? I can't even see it. Y'all see it? I don't know what's going on with this bike. I noticed a few things about it. The guy who I got it from, he seemed like a pretty good guy, pretty okay guy, but I'm just noticing a lot of things that's kind of making me raise an eyebrow to this bike. Now, at the end of the day, I don't really care because the focus is make sure that it works. It works. The bike works. It runs good. I've driven it a handful of times, but this bike is going to need an overhaul for a lot of things to figure out what the fuck is going on, but I don't know. What the hell is this? I'm not sure what the hell that was, but let's just get this shit off. Makes no sense, bro. Makes no sense. I get down and dirty. It is a mess. And this shit right here looks like rodent poop or something. I get ready to put this thing in and it's like a dead rodent that's shoved in this thing somewhere. But it's rodent poop all over it, y'all. Like, I think it's rodent poop. I don't know if that's what you want to call it. You see that in there? And then look right there. Look all in there. Y'all see it? I don't know what the hell that is. I didn't sign up for the shit. Let's try not to bother this because I don't want to die. I don't know what that is and I'm a little nervous. I just don't like rodents. Critters. Anything that crawls, anything that flies, anything that screams. I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know what the hell that was. Like, nobody decided to take a wash to this thing. Like, one thing about me, I'll wash a bike real fast. I will like, I don't care. It don't need to be a holiday or anything. I will wash a car, a bike, or whatever real fast. Like, it's something relaxing about when you decide to do that. You know what I'm saying? Something's relaxing about car washing. You know what I mean? I'll sit there and just maybe pour myself a nice little drink and just, you know. So that looks a little bit better, but then I gotta pluck this thing off. I'm trying to make sure I got all of the bolts off. I can't remember how many it was, but I think it was just this one, this one, this one, that one, and then it was the long one that goes all the way through. I think that's it. So I'm gonna take a flathead to it and see if I can kind of pop it over really quick. Jeez Louise, it's how much caked up oil and gunk is back here, bro. This shows a lot on whether or not they really took care of their bike. Typically, whenever I go buy a motorcycle or anything else like that, I always like to look at it and tell them don't wash it. And the main reason I say don't wash it, a lot of people don't know, but you want to see the bike in its natural state. You don't want to see the bike with it being too clean. And of course, the reason for that is because you don't want to see it too dirty. You want to see it to look like it's been taken care of, but it's been used. You know what I mean? So for example, when I say don't wash the bike, right? I want to see how bad you've gotten the bike. If you take care of it and it's just like, oh, okay, a little dusty, okay, cool. But then when you see stuff like this, like leaves and stuff still on everything else like that. Oh, and the first thing they'll say is, oh, well, the bike was kept indoors. Absolutely not, because we can see how a lot of things have been dried up. We can see that the sun has been baking these lines. We can see that we can see leaves and everything else on there and everything. So we can see all of that stuff, grass. So this engine, I mean, you got fairings on it. You ain't supposed to have that type of stuff on it, but it will get to it. And of course, in this case, the rodents. If you see like rodent, I don't know what that was. But if you see stuff like that, this obviously was kept outside. It obviously wasn't taken care of. It was ridden and it wasn't taken care of. But that shows you a lot. Because even just from this cover, and I wiped this thing clean, but look at this rag, y'all. Look at this filth. Look at all of this filth. And this is nowhere near getting all of it off of it. So, did this guy take care of this bike? Absolutely not. But for our purposes, we need to make sure that it works. The bike does work. I rode it from Pennsylvania to here. It works. It runs fine. It runs great and everything else like that. So I think at the worst, we caught it right at the time that we needed to catch it, because now we can do an oil drain. We can go through all of the components and everything else, get it freshened up, cleaned up, and make sure that everything is where it needs to be. Wiggle it out. So kind of pry it. Everything. Woo-wee. Look at that. Now I can kind of show you just look at the dirt and oil and gunk. Now, granted, your chain is gonna pick up a lot of crap, but it should never be like this. This is basically showing that you're not cleaning your chain. You're not doing really much anything. And even if just looking at the chain, the chain is dirty. It's like it's not been cleaned. It doesn't look like it's been lubricated in a long time and everything else like that. And then just from here, just looking at this, it's a little dirty, it's a little messy. So, but the plus side is again, this bike works. It's just that it's been through some hell.
Surprise visitor! Surprise visitor! He came all the way up here, y'all. Look, hey, we supposed to be getting ready for Myrtle Beach, y'all. He told me. That's my man. He told me I had to hurry up and get this stuff going, so I got work to do, right? He came up here just to show off, pretty much, right? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I came up here to make sure you guys get that secret.
This
I came up here to see the secret.
Hey, hey, we got work to do. We got work to do. We got work to do. They don't know how we do out here, baby. All right, bro. Hey, I guess that was the sign, right? I gotta get to work. A lot of work that we really did today, as far as getting the sprocket ready. We wasn't able to get it fully mounted yet because I did run into a slight issue. The issue that we ran into is basically that we noticed that this plate right here, right? Campagna actually did a little bit of machining on it, and they actually cut this part off. Now, the original part that was on the 05 that I'm rebuilding obviously is still on the motor, and the motor is gone. The idea was basically that there's a possibility I could probably get it and be able to get it mounted up on there, but I'm not going to really wait around for that. Plus, I don't really feel like spending the money for that due to the tariffs and everything else like that. It's going to cost a lot of money. So I think what I might actually do is just go ahead and just cut and sand this part down. The focus is really just more so a matter of making sure that we can get it bolted onto there, and it has to be flush. Once it gets on there and everything else like that, as we can see, like everything else is pretty much good. We'll take this reverse box, break it all down, get it mounted up and everything else like that. I think we'll be good with that. Once we get that mounted up, then I can go ahead and get it in place to get ready to be bolted onto the frame. All right, y'all, another day, another night. We in here. So look, this is what I did. I was able to get the reverse box mounted. Now had to do a little bit of modifications. What I noticed is that for this motor, again, this is a donor motor, as we know. I pull everything off of the 1200 ZZR 1200, so that way we can replace it. The motor that the bike came on. Now, I had quite a few of these bikes over time, and I'm lucky that I was able to get someone who was smart enough to pull the reverse box off of it. The motor was bad, so they wound up taking and parting that out. But I was able to grab hold of the reverse box, so just replacing the motor. I did have to do one little thing. If you look right here, there's a little doohickey right here. I had to basically shave this off, and this was like right here, so that way the reverse box can get bolted up on there and everything else. So now we know that we still got a lot more work to do. At this point now, we're good to get it kind of like set in place, so that way we can actually get these motor mounts in place the way that it needs to be, and bolted up. So I looked at what I had. We have basically the main brackets for the bottom, which will go here on the other side as well, and then we have the
2 for one side, basically. We got 1 for one side, 1 for the other. So what I'm gonna have to do is make 2 more mounts. Now I have 1 mount already. I just don't know, it's for 1400. I don't know if it will fit. We're gonna basically like line it up and see if it fits. But if it doesn't, then that's fine. We can just fabricate another one. But the other one we're definitely gonna have to machine and make because we have to make it match. Where are my parts? Where are my parts? That's weird. I'm wondering, I don't know what that was. Maybe it's a ghost. I am glocked and loaded. So we got this one. This is one side. Get that out. So that's one side. We got that one side, right? I have another, not one like this. The one that I have is 414. It's about the same. I think it's about the same size. I think it might be a little bit longer, so maybe it might not work. But anyways, that's one. And here is the other side. Now, this is the part that's going to be tricky. Well, not tricky, but we just got to fabricate this, which is fairly easy to do. We'll have to get this one and get this one mounted and bolted up. I need to triple check to make sure I know what side it go on. Joseph marked the packaging for me so I could be able to see what it is, but this should be very simple and easy to be able to make. What we'll do is basically take some stock that we got. I got a thick round stock like this, and then I can take and I could turn it down just like this, same size and everything else. Then of course, you know, we'll tap it, thread it, and get that going. I think that should be good. And then for these, I think I got a few more of these, but I got more than enough material to do this. So yeah, basically this is what we'll have to do. We'll have to remake, we have to make the opposite end for this, and then we'll have to make the opposite end for this, and we'll have all of the mounts and we can actually get it mounted up and bolted up. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of just try to fit it and see what it's looking like before I decide to turn this piece. So all right, y'all, so almost there. We got the cradle off, which is good. So now it's kind of just resting on these blocks right here. But basically what I got to do now is I got to go get bolts. I thought that I had the bolts for this, but I'm noticing now that the actual bolts that was for the motor mounts was actually a part of that shipment that was lost, that UPS lost. Tomorrow we'll go to Tractor Supply, we'll get the bolts that we need, and we'll go ahead and get this thing bolted up and start working on the new mounts, okay? So it's late, I'm tired, we'll go to sleep, wake up, go to Tractor Supply, get the bolts that we need to be able to get this motor mounted. Once we get it mounted, then we'll be in business to do what we need to do. So all right, y'all, it's a new day again. We went to Tractor Supply and got the bolts that we needed. What we did was, I was sitting there looking, I was able to get most of the bolts. Well, I'm hoping that I have everything. I think I have everything. So what it looks like is that I have pretty much all of the pretty much the standard bolts that we need, and then it looked like we'll be reusing a few of the bolts off of the motorcycle itself for the motor. I was thinking that it was different, but I just did some looking and also did some measurements and everything else like that, and it does look like that they are the same bolts, which makes sense that we'll be reusing a lot of the bolts for the motor. So now what I'm getting ready to do is kind of just get the brackets kind of like just in place and installed, and then we can kind of get it fitted up. Once I get it fitted up, then I'll go in and start working on the two mounts, and then we can get it bolted onto the frame. Once we get it bolted onto the frame, y'all, it's go time. We're gonna get it bolted onto the frame. We'll probably get the wrist swing on, put on, and everything else like that. And I'll start the process from the beginning, going all the way through as far as to install everything on the bike. So let's go ahead and get the brackets installed, and let's get the get the brackets installed, and then let's go ahead and get the two brackets that we need to make. We're going to go ahead and get those done too, and those should be fairly simple to make as well. So let's get started.
All right, y'all. Long time, but finally got the motor mounted. This thing was kind of like a pain. Basically, I made the mounts, but the mounts I kind of made a little off. So I had to go back and basically recut stuff and refix and weld and all that stuff. But anyways, we got it fixed. Everything is good. Motor is mounted. So in the meantime, what I'm getting ready to do, I'm going to go ahead and shut down shop. I just noticed one thing. So I went through the process of getting ready to paint a lot of the controls and stuff that you know, we want to basically match this rose gold. So I went through and start painting a lot of things, and then I was looking for the 2 top brackets for the upper A-arms, and unfortunately I cannot find 2 of them, and I'm really paranoid right now because I don't know if you guys, I mean, it's obviously always messy in here, but now it's even worse because I had it fairly neat. I cleaned up, and now it's back messy because I had to strip this whole entire garage apart to find it, and I cannot find it. So I'm actually a little scared that I might have thrown 2 of the parts in the freaking trash, which sucks because now that means that I gotta fabricate it. I gotta make it. It's not a big deal. I can make it. It's just the fact that I don't want to. I just want to kind of just go through the assembly process to put this thing together. But oh well. I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna call it a video. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, get a bell icon, a nice good old rub down. I'm gonna go to bed and sleep on this. I'm gonna do a thorough look to see if I see the parts. If I don't, I'm gonna have to cut it, which I really hate cutting steel. Eventually down the road, we'll get a plasma cutter and it'll be very easy, but we don't have one right now. So it's angle grinders all day. So shout out to the angle grinders. But yeah, other than that, y'all, I'm about to go ahead and call it a night. I'm stressed right now because I can't find these parts and I think I lost them. But hopefully tomorrow will be better. I appreciate y'all tuning in. The next step, now that we got this motor mounted, the next step at this point will be basically assembly, and I'm going to walk you through everything as far as just showing you the process of being able to assemble this thing from the ground up, as you guys can see, ground up. So make sure, like I said, hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, make sure you get the bell icon so that way you get all the notifications for the new videos and everything else like that. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't. Follow me on Facebook as well, BAT883Moto. But yeah, I'm about to go to bed, y'all. I'll see y'all later. I'm out. This is just stressful. Yeah, y'all keep a lookout for all the crazy stuff that catch you on the flip seas. Deuces.